Welcome back to Cindy's Kitchen for another section. And I don't know if you remember before, I was browning some ground beef. This is the other half of that meat. I'm going to use it to make some chili. Now this is how I make my chili. This is all my seasonings, as you can see around. What I first do, I brown that with no salt, no pepper. But if you want, you can put salt and pepper to brown it. Not a lot, because you're going to be using a lot of seasonings throughout this dish. Now this is a large pot. I put, as you can see, it's starting to brown. 1 serving spoon of olive oil. And I'm going to show you when I say serving. Ginger, get out of here. Sorry, that's my chichi. Get out of here. When I say a serving spoon, this is what I mean by a serving spoon. So we put 1 serving spoon of olive oil up in here. And 2 cloves of garlic. See, it's starting like to brown a little bit. When you start smelling like that fragrance of the garlic, the smell of the garlic coming out with the olive. I'm going to put the fan on. You're going to take 1 yellow large onion and you're going to pour it in there. See? You can hear that. And then you're also going to cut up in squares 1 green bell pepper. It looks kind of like reddish because it was in between green and red, but it doesn't matter. It gives it like sweet. So you're going to add it up there with those onions. Then you're going to take your wooden spoon and you're going to move like that. Yeah? Okay? See that smoke coming out? Yeah, you want that. Right? And we're going to cook that. Yeah. We're going to cook that. Okay? For like 2 minutes. We're going to cook this. And then because I need a little bit kind of like brown, see the onions, I'll show you. But if we come back and you know what, let's make it 3 minutes. We come back, I'm gonna put a lid on it, and then when we come back, that's when I'm just gonna pour everything in, because everything more or less goes in the pot all together, and it's easy because later on you'll see that all you gotta do is kind of like cook this. See the garlic, the onion, and the pepper. You want to put it in some 7. I'm gonna lower a little bit because that has to like cook a little bit more on a medium high. Oh, this is not the right lid. I always do that, don't I, guys? Here we go. This one fits just perfect. So we're going to cover that. We're going to be back in 3 minutes, and I'm going to show you everything that you got to put in there, and then you're going to have a delicious chili with cheese. It's going to be unbelievable. Do not forget to subscribe. Back to Cindy's Kitchen. So instead of 2 minutes, that was 4 minutes, guys. Sorry, but you see how they look? You see, that's the yellow onion, 1 large yellow onion, 1 green bell pepper. It looks some kind of red part because it was kind of like green and red at the same time, but who cares? And 2 cloves of garlic and 1 tablespoon of olive oil up in there. Now, this is some parsley, okay, that I got out of the fridge, and I cut it up and put in here. It's half a cup of parsley. You want to put it in there. And then you want to put this like higher. And then you want to put, this is 1 jalapeno up in here and 1 Serrano pepper. You put it in there too, right? Then you're going to take your ground beef. This is the ground beef, half of that ground beef that we were making for that pasta before. But that's why I didn't want to put anything. The only thing that I have, remember, was a little bit of salt and pepper. You're going to throw it in there too, you see? So you have all of that in there. So we're going to continue to do that. Now, you need beef broth for this, okay? And the reason I'm putting beef broth is you need some kind of like the water, the stew, kind of like the soupy part. And because it's ground beef, then you need broth beef. It makes sense, right? So this is going to be for, you know, so it can cook. You know, we only browned that meat, so we didn't overcook it or nothing. But now we're going to put all this together, because what this is going to happen now, all this is going to simmer, like for an hour and a half. If you want to simmer, the more you simmer, the best. The best it is, because all the flavors of all the spices and all the onion and peppers and all that stuff that you have in there is going to, like, you know, concentrate. Now, you get 1 can of organic tomatoes, or if you don't have money to buy organic, it can be diced tomatoes, but they gotta be diced. You pour it in here, or you can get a real tomato if you want. You cut it up in little tiny pieces and you pour it in here. Okay, so that's what I did, 1 can. And then we're gonna pour 2 cans of tomato sauce. 2 cans of tomato sauce and 2 cans of chili beans. So that's 1. too. Okay? So that's all the stuff that we're supposed to put in. Hold on a second, let me get my wooden spoon. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna move all that. But before we close that and simmer, we're gonna leave it on high. Because now what we're gonna do, we're gonna do the powder part of the seasoning. Cumin. Half a tablespoon of cumin. Pour it in there. Right? Chili powder. Okay. The big tablespoon doesn't fit. Let's try to do it like this. We're gonna put 2 tablespoons, see, of chili powder. That's 1. 2 tablespoons of chili powder. Okay. It's just a seasoning that this needs in order for all of it to cook all together. Then you're gonna take this black pepper, a 1/4 tablespoon of black pepper. You throw it up in there. Then oregano leaves. Just take like a little bit like this in between these fingers like this, like you grab it like that, see? Go up in there like this, come up here. You see it out of my hand with my same fingers. I'm gonna kind of like crush it, you know, and just throw it in there. We already put parsley leaves in there, so we're not gonna need. And this is a little bit of salt, and we're gonna put a 1/4 tablespoon of salt. And we're gonna put it up in there. There you go. And it already has garlic, as you saw the garlic that we minced in there and we put in there with the pepper and the stuff. Now what we're gonna do, come here. We're gonna close this, okay? We're gonna shut it. We're gonna come back in an hour. It's 4:11. At 5:11, we're gonna come back, okay? And then they should be ready to go. We'll throw a little bit more spices and we'll be almost ready to serve. You can take some bread and put it in the oven. Maybe I'll do that later on, right before we come back. Maybe I'll see what I got here. You know what? Yes. I'm probably gonna take this baguette and cut it in little stripes. And I'm gonna put it in the oven there. So we can have, you know what? Let me cut it up so you guys can see me. So we can have a little bit of bread up in there. Let me put all this down here and then I'll pick it up. I just want you guys to like learn how to do it, and I want you guys to know that it's very easy to cook. All you gotta do is follow the instructions, and the more you do it, the easier it will be for you, you know, and everybody else. So these are like, these are gonna be like breadsticks just like this, see? Okay, this is sourdough bread, so this is gonna be very easy. I shouldn't even be eating that. I'm just trying to taste, you know. There you go, start. We're gonna put it on 400. That's gonna be for that. And then, where's that bread out? We're gonna put it on the trays. Get out of there, man. Okay. But before we do that, let's sprinkle a little bit of olive oil up in there, see, like that. So it doesn't burn. And at the same time, it might look like that, but then it won't, trust me. Let me take this out. And we're gonna put this bread all up in there like that, see? Because it has olive oil in the bottom. So that will be good. See? We just squeeze it up in there like that. And then later on, before we come back, I'll put that in the oven. And we're gonna have a delicious chili with some bread. We'll put some of this Colby Jack cheese, you know, that's already shredded, up in the bowl. You'll see later on. And please don't forget to subscribe. We have so many things that we're going to be doing together. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. And I'll see you later for the serving our delicious chili with our bread. Forgot to put some brown sugar. That's why we came back. Just 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, you know, just to ease all the flavors up in there. That's it. Let's cover that. And I'll see you guys later in another like 50 minutes or so. Okay? My chili is around, it's 5:06. Remember we said 5:11. Come here, Mike. Said 5:06, and I had it all this time for an hour. And 4 more minutes it'll be taking it out. But what we're gonna do, it's on 400, the oven. We're gonna take that little bread, sourdough bread that I had left from yesterday. See, just nice and toasted. We maybe put a little bit of olive oil in the bottom. That way, when we turn it over, we don't have to go ahead and, oh, let's brown the other side. No, you don't have to brown the other side. Because the other side already, you know what I'm saying? Brown itself, as you can see, right? So, well, it's 4 more minutes, right? I mean, we don't have to do the 4 more minutes, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna serve my son. He said, Mom, I'm very hungry, and he's with that camera always following me, you know, because we want to do the right thing here. So here's my chili, guys. You can go back, rewind. Come on, Ginger, go. Sorry.
Can I have cheese, Mom?
Yes, I'll put cheese on yours. Oh,
thank you.
He likes it with cheese. So what I do is I got me a bag of Colby cheese here. It's already shredded and everything. So what I take my hand, put my whole hand inside like that, right? And then drop that little ball of cheese like that. And I'm gonna put a little bit more. See? He likes it a lot of cheese. Drop it like that in the middle. And now I'm gonna come over here. Okay, I lower it to 3 so it's on simmer. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna start pouring it on top. Okay? And that delicious cheese there. You see, you have tomatoes, you got the beans, you got jalapeno, you got a serrano. I mean, we like it hot up in this house. You know? That's how we like it. We like our stuff hot. And then it's gonna be for my son Michael, like I said. I gotta go ask my husband if he wants to eat this now or maybe later. And how many pieces of bread do you want? I'm gonna put him around here. His bread.
As many like as you want to give me.
1, 2, 3, and 1 for the fiesta. So let's put it up here. This is a homemade chili, Mama's recipe, with some sourdough bread. Put it in the oven, cut it in pieces. You saw me. If you need any directions or you need to like know the whole thing, just go back for the beginning of the video. You can watch it as many times as you need to watch it. Do not forget to subscribe me. And here we go. Chili with your toasted breadsticks from sourdough bread, delicious. When you eat it, you're gonna love it. I just wanna do this so you guys can see. Look at that cheese. Eh? Look at that cheese coming, you see? That's gonna be amazing.